Morning, good morning. Three things you need to know Silicon Valley living. Let's get really quick. I just jumped in here. No, we're on Wednesday, not Thursday. Yeah, just sat down, shot this thing out. Today we're talking about sales volume being down 63.3%. We're going to talk about that. What's going on with insurance companies and what else? The housing statistics. Yeah. Housing inventory. All right, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. And obviously, we're going to talk about what's going on in the market, but actually, I haven't actually had time to do that today. So we're just going to talk about the news because that's just the way it is. Sales volume is down 3%. This chart right here makes a whole lot of sense when you look at it. The numbers are down. And here's the thing. It's actually a good thing, right? Because when the market is up here, when it's super hot, going crazy, wildfire, firestorm, people are going crazy, putting $400,000 over. It helps the sellers, no doubt, right? I totally understand that. That's not the point. A balanced market is fair for everybody, right? And when you want to sell, this is when you want to sell, absolutely. But right now we're in a balanced market. Rates are high, inventory is low, stock market is okay. The job market is, okay. They say it's good, but we're going to go into that, right? And the reason why this is good is because even when the market is decent like this, even though the market's 40% down from average, median price is still nominal. Over 65% of houses are still selling for over list price. So now that's Santa Clara County, right? If you looked at Napa, if you looked at St. Louis, if you looked at anywhere else in the United States or Canada or wherever, I can almost guarantee you it's not going to look the same as this. Now, saw a news report yesterday, and I thought I'd share this with you. This is from 2003 to 2033. The average May numbers year to date. So from January to May, end of May in 2003, there were 6,800 homes sold. In 2011, there were 6,300 homes sold. In 2018, there were 5,700 homes sold. In 2020, the year of COVID, we had 4,000 homes sold. That's because we put a major break on home sales for 2 months, and then we let things go. That's what happened here. And went right back up, and we went to a firestorm, but it didn't get that much higher. 2004 was actually the highest year to date. 155 over average. Now, this is a 20-year average, 6,000 units for the first 5 months, right? And if you average that out, it's 63.3% or 30% under, okay? What does that mean, guys? What does this mean? It means prices here, at least here in the Santa Clara County, are going to stay strong. Are they going to increase? Possibly. Are they going to decrease? Possibly. Are they going to stay the same? I don't know. That's crystal ball. But if you look at all the outlying measures of what's going on, you listen to what the government says, and the government says that we're at 4.5 unemployment across the United States, right? Right. If you look at an arbitrary third-party company, they say it's really 22.4%. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's correct, but I can tell you that if it's anywhere in between that, it's still not bad because the market's still chugging along. If you look at the stock market, the market's still chugging along. If you look at your savings, whatever, inflation has made your dollar worth less, right? And that's why people are taking money out of the stock market, out of Bitcoin, out of whatever, and buying real estate and metals. So that's what it means to me. Does it make sense to me? No, I understand it only because I'm absorbed in it. I understand because it's part of the world. So, it is what it is. You just have to keep trucking along. Is it a good time to buy? It's a good time to buy when you're ready to buy, when you have enough money for a down payment and the monthly payments make sense to you. When you've gone through a strategic counseling with your lender and understand what the strategy is going forward. Should I buy now and then refinance in 6 months, or when it gets down to 5%? Yes, we should talk about all that stuff. There's 1,000 different scenarios that we can go through. It might not be the right time for you to buy. It might be smart for you just to stick in another 10 months or 12 months with your current lease and deal with it. I can tell you that over time, when you buy property, your state of wealth increases statistically over time, right? When you own property and you pay down the mortgage, and I'll swear up and down, I'll talk to any lender about it. They think if it makes sense to refinance and pull money out, you should do it. Yeah, I get that. I understand if it makes sense. But on a conservative level, you should never refinance your house. You should pay it off. It's an asset. It's not your investment. If you want to do stuff with investing money, save money up for a fourplex or a duplex and build from that, right? Don't use your main property as a diving board to get into investing. If you have to, I understand. That's my strategy, and it works for me, right? Okay. Let's see. I want to look at this real quick. No, that's not it. That's the wrong one. That's existing home sales. Down 3.4%. Oh my goodness, the world is falling apart. This is April, right? Not May. This is April. This is the latest number from NAR. I don't know why it takes them so long to pull numbers, but it does. National Association of Realtors, the second largest union or lobbying union in the United States, next to the Art Rifle National NRA, NAR. I don't believe in a lot of things that these guys do. We have to be a part of their organization. A lot of things that they do are self-serving. They're very powerful. Yet when you're in a big organization, you tend to move a little bit slower, a lot of faulty decisions. Anyway, overview, breakouts, total sales breakouts. Let's take a look at this one real quick. You might notice that I'm stalling because today I was supposed to give you the numbers on where San Jose sits, and I did not do that. These are all the same numbers from last week, and I apologize. And last week I missed, so I'm failing you all over the place. I'm a bad person. Okay. Existing home sales, 460,000, 409 single family, 54,000 condo co-ops. This is April 22. April 23, 336 and 37,000. Versus last year, you're down 30%, you're down 30%. So there's a guy on Kron, Kron, wrote an article. He interviewed an article and he's saying, the market's down 40%. Well, I can prove to you that it's not 40% because it's really 63.3% or 36%, right? It's 36%. Rounding errors, I get it. But when you look at this, it's 63% off normal, right? 63 or, 37%, not 40%, or really 36.6% if you want to get really 36.6%. And then you look at these numbers right here, last year versus last year. This is April right here, right? 463 versus 336. It's down 27%. Let me see if I can highlight this guy. Kron, here it is. I'm not going to I'm not going to share with you whatever it is. No. He's saying that I'm the top 40%. I'm the top 1% of I'm the top 1% of my county, and I've done about 40% less. I'm still in the top 1% of my. Okay, who gives a shit what you've done? Let's talk about what the entire big picture is. That is just pure hubris, ego, and that's totally useless. So I reached out to the article writer, the editor on this, and I said, look, let's talk about what the big picture is. Don't use these as salacious clickbait things, right? When you look at this stuff, yes, we're down, but from what? Right? If you did a straight line, 6,100, if you did a 6,100 would be about here. So yeah, you're down a little bit. You're down about 36%. But you know what? Inventory's tight. Inventory's tight because we saw a year and a half of 2% free money, basically, and people could not afford not to. And now that they have their houses, they're not selling it. They're not selling it. Why would you sell it? Now, if I was that person that needed to move, or I thought about moving because I bought a house I don't really like, I would take my house and become the bank. I would talk to the bank and say, I'm going to sell it to another person and be the bank, and then I will do a loan for the next 15 years to him, and he will be co-owner. There's a way to do this, and instead of him paying me 2.5%, he's going to pay me 4.5%. And guess what? I'm making money on that house, right? He's going to pay me 10%, 20% down, and in 10 years he can refinance, and I make some money out of that, and I'm gold, right? And then I can take that $100,000 and put it into another house and buy it. That's house hacking, guys. This is what you can do. You got in, you have some equity, use it. And then when he refinances in 10 years, he can refinance. He's going to have $200,000 equity or something. And then he goes out and refinances, buys you out. Then you get a big chunk of change. You pay off the bank. That kind of stuff happens all the time, right? Also, a lot of these loans are assumable. And if they're assumable, it means you could sell your house and your loan at the same time. Now, the bank makes money on that. But you shake your hand of it and you can just walk away with all that equity. But I like that other idea. It's a strategy that we're talking about. And I was waiting for my friend to jump on so we can talk about that as an opportunity, but he's nowhere to be found. He's probably sleeping in because it's summer. Anywho, next week, I promise I'll get you these numbers. I'll update them for you and we'll be all kosher. All right. I'm Vito Scarnecchio with Abitano.